Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is April 14th, 2020. This is my 18th episode about the programming language C++ training standard. The most fundamental and important component of C++ training standard is arguably the concepts. That is, the concepts is the most important component of C++ training standard. Why? This is working draft standard for programming language C++, dated 2020 January 14th, 1815 pages long. Almost all parts of this working draft mentions directly or indirectly the concepts. Current ISO C++ status web page. Concept is here. Ranges are here. Ranges are heavily based upon concepts. Range is a huge library, and range will change significantly the way we use standard template library. Once again, ranges in C++ 20 standard will significantly modify the way we use C++ standard libraries, and these ranges are based upon the concepts. So without understanding concepts, there are nothing much we can do about with C++ 20 standard. So concepts are the most fundamental and important component of C++ 20 standards. But don't worry, concepts library are very small, and understanding concepts, how to implement, how to use concepts is really simple, just a piece of cake. This small library, the concepts, has huge impact over modern C++ standard. In my YouTube channel, in the created playlist, the programming language C++ 20 standard, if you double click this link, you can find a list of videos. Any video title marked setup, and setup, I modify our development environment. So any video listed setup is must-watch video if you want to follow my sessions. In the playlist, the Programming Language C++ 20 Standard, in episode 1, Hello World C++ 20 command line, Mr. KB left this message. When I used CLEXE, I experienced no problems, but with G++, I got error message stating that it cannot find LTVB and LTVB MALLOC proxy. I followed the installation closely and even went through a second time to no avail. I have experience using Visual Studio and have no problems setting up configurations and such. But with clang and G++, I am completely inexperienced and useless. I set the environment variables as directed in video 00. Video 00 means this video, the 0th episode. If anyone can point me in the right direction, I would appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate Mr. KB leaving such wonderful message, and I understand following my videos are very challenging. I will give the answer to this question first. Now, please watch very carefully this part of video. We will install Intel TVB, Pacman, SS, TVB, hit enter. Copy this text 64-bit, right click, copy, Pacman, S, paste, hit enter, enter. Now we installed Intel TVB. Mr. KB, I followed the installation closely and even went through a second time to no avail. I experience using Visual Studio and have no such problem setting up configuration, and as such. But with Clang and GCC, G++, I am completely inexperienced and useless. I set the environment variables as directed in video 00, this video. Mr. KB missed installing Intel TVB. Start File Explorer, C drive, DEV soft, MSys64, MinGW64, create shortcut, drag and drop the shortcut on desktop. Double click it, Pacman SS TVB means we are searching for TVB package. In my case, this TVB package is already installed. Now copy. If you haven't installed, then Pacman S, then paste, hit enter. Then hit enter in your case. But in my case, reinstalling, I already installed. So I will select N, no, hit enter. Each video on YouTube has description section. If you scroll down, click show more, you can find these texts. These are my video script. After filming my videos, I post this script. So, in this description, I updated this message. Search TVB package using this command. If not installed, install with the following command, like this. If you have no experience whatsoever with class template or function template or type functions, this episode might be a little bit challenging, but I will gradually explain all the details. So if you have problems understanding and following my current session, please leave your comments and questions or requests for videos. Then I will answer your questions as soon as possible. Without further ado, let's get started. Start Visual Studio Code. Open your working folder. Select empty space. Click this button. 018 Concept. Hit enter. Click this button. Concept.cpp. Hit enter. Ctrl V. Include. Talk play fun. Output HPP. Talk play fun. S stream. Stream. Auto and there. Talk play fun and there. Void. Test. Simple. Modular. Without constraints. int main. Copy the function name. Paste it in function main. Now Ctrl Shift P. Edit configurations. Select JSON. Please understand that we should set these environment variables. Also, if possible, set C++20 in C++ standard. Ctrl S, Ctrl W. Then the squiggle goes away. Now here, template, type name T, type name S, or simple modular without constraints. T, P, S, Q. This is function template taking two parameter P and Q and two type T, S. Return P modulo Q. Return the remainder of P over Q. Now here int P5, int Q3, or this is remainder. We are calling this function PQ stream remainder R of P over Q equals R and L. Now start command prompt. This is both G++ and clang compiler. dir cd 018 concepts. Please understand that G++ version 9.3.0 does not support concept. So we will use clang version 10. This version supports concept. Clang SCD C++2A. In future, this option will change to C++20. The file name is concept.cpp. LTVB. This is good enough for testing purpose. Or c.exe. Hit enter. CLSC. It works correctly. I will copy this text. Copy. Paste it here. We can try using Microsoft compiler tool. cd 018 concepts cls cl. I'm using version 19.25. cl ehsc std quote C++ latest concept.cpp fe m.exe. Microsoft compiler also works. Now here I will disable this part. Double P 5. Now the type of P is double. We build again with the Microsoft compiler. Please watch carefully where the error message occurs. Line 13. Line 13 here. Error message occurred here. Please watch carefully. Error message 13 comes from here, from this expression, because the type of P is double. The type of P is double. The type of Q is int. This modular operator is defined for integral type only. Modular operator is defined over integral types such as short int, unsigned int, long, unsigned long. But we cannot use modular operator over floating point type, such as float or double. So it does not work. The error occurred at this line, here. We test with clang. Clang also gives line 15. This line. Now, we use conventional approach to constrain our template type T and S. I make demarcation. Now, template, type name T, type name S. Or modulo conventional method with constraints over parameter types T, P, S, Q. Return P modulo Q. Now, here I create another type name. We can put any type here. But this type name is optional, so I will delete. std enable if T. So we put Boolean expression here. More correctly, compile time Boolean expression like this. std is integral b t. If t is integral type such as int, then this function returns true. And std is integral s. Why is squiggle? I will delete these comments. Now I will make it shorter. I arrange the text. Now we create the test function. Void test. I will copy this function name. Paste it here. Now copy this function name. Paste it here. I will disable it. Now we are calling this function like this. int p5, int q3, or r. We call this function now. p, q, stream. I will simply copy this part. Copy. Paste. It should work perfectly. We use clang compiler. It should work perfectly. Sorry, scroll up. I have to disable it and enable it. CLSC. Now, in this case, double P5. We disable this. Now we build again. It should cause error. Now this time, error is generated. Line 47. Error occurred here because P does not satisfy this constraint. Because P is double, it gives exact location, line 47. Exact place, line 47, here. Now, I will disable it, enable it, and disable it, re-enable it. This is without constraint. Test simple modular without constraint. We are calling this function without any constraint. We will use Microsoft compiler. I will clear and rebuild. Please watch carefully where the error occurs. How come it built? Sorry, we have to enable this. We are generating error on purpose. Watch carefully. At line 15, error occurred. But the real error should occur this line, right here. Now I will enable it, disable it. It should build successfully. Now scroll down. Please compare this method. This is conventional method. Now, using C++ concepts, we are learning concept for the first time. Template. Type name T. Keyword concept. Don't concern about the squiggle. Integral type STD is integral. B T. This is concept name. This is constraint expression. Please remember the name. This is concept name. This is constraint expression. Now, template. Integral type T. Integral type S. Or modular with concept constraints T, P, T, S. I say Q, S, Q. Now return PQ. Don't worry about this squiggle. Visual Studio IntelliSense does not support it properly. Now I will copy this function. Copy. Paste it here. And I will copy this function name and change it like this. I will copy this function and we call it like this. Now we call this function. Paste it here and disable it. Now we are calling this function. Through this function, we call this function. In this case, we used integral type T. Integral type S. Integral type is concept. Now scroll down. We use clang compiler. It should work. It built successfully. Now using Microsoft compiler. It should work. M. Now we cause error intentionally. We cause error. Now the error occurs at this line, 67, not here. We use clang. At 67, this causes the error. It pinpoints. Clang compiler gives the exact place 67. The exact correct place 67, this line, where the error occurred. In the same manner, Microsoft compiler 67, exact place where the error occurred. Now I will re-enable it. Disable it. Now I will disable it. Re-enable it. Int, it should work. We are calling this function integer. We build again. It should work. CLSC. We are calling this function. This function calls this function. This is unconstrained conventional. This is C++. C++ 98 syntax. Now we cause error. I fix them like this. We cause error intentionally. Error does not occur here. Error occurs here. Now let's see. Line 16. Line 16. The error occurred. The real error should occur here, not here. Because we passed one argument type. We passed double. We made a mistake at this code, at this line 25, not line 16. I restore. Now I caused the same error using concept. Now we call this function. Now the error should give an exact place here because this is double, this is integer. Modular operator does not support double floating point type, so the error should occur here. So line 68, at exact location where the error takes place. The concept is the most fundamental and important component of C++20 standard. All C++20 standard libraries are built upon the concepts. I will give you more and more advanced examples of concepts. Please give like buttons and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.